Well, cutting across straight to the oath-taking ceremony that is taking place, do remember that this is the cabinet expansion that you're witnessing. The Maharashtra leaders taking oath. That's Eknath Shinde, the chief minister over there. Also the deputy chief minister, I think Devendra Fadnavis, also there. So the list of leaders who are expected to take oath today is Sanjay Shirsat, Bharat Gogawale, Gulabrao Patil, Sanjay Rathore. Those are some of the names that have been doing the rounds. We've also been hearing of Chandrakant Patil, Sudhir Mungatiwar, Girish Mahajan, Praveen Darekar and Radhakrishnan Vikhe Patil among the BJP leaders.
कितने लोग मुख्य कैबिनेट का हिस्सा बनेंगे?
बहुत सारे विरोधी पक्ष के लोगों की डिमांड थी कि वह एक्सपेंशन हो रहा नहीं, लेकिन आज एक्सपेंशन होने जा रहा है। बीजेपी के 9 सदस्य और सेना के 9 सदस्य से 18 लोग आज शपथ लेंगे और इसके बाद का जो विस्तार है तो वो अधिवेशन के बाद होने वाला है।
लेकिन नाम को लेकर के किन किन लोगों का नाम सामने आ रहा है, कौन कौन लोग कैबिनेट का हिस्सा बनेंगे?
नहीं, अब ये क्या, वहाँ तो अभी शपथ विधि शायद चालू भी होंगे। 9 लोग हमारे हैं, 9 लोग उनके, सबके नाम लेना तो उचित नहीं है। अभी आपको पता ही चल जाएगा।
एक बात और बताई जा रही है कि संजय शिरसाट जो आपका नाम है, आप भी मंत्री बनने वाले थे लेकिन किसी कारणवश हुआ नहीं, तो आप नाराज हैं उस बात?
नहीं, कोई नाराजगी नहीं है। शिंदे साहब के ऊपर हमारा भरोसा है, हमने उनके भरोसा रख के ही सब काम किया है और हमको पता है शिंदे साहब कभी हमको अकेले छोड़ेंगे नहीं।
So this was Mr. Sanjay Shirsat supporting Eknath Shinde and who was very much vocal against Uddhav Thackeray factions. So now the cabinet expansion is going to take place and he has confirmed the news reported by Republic TV that 18 people from BJP and Shiv Sena will be taking.
All right. So as we're pointing out, of course, about 18 ministers likely to take oath today. Alicia is also reporting on this. Alicia, 18 names that are coming to the fore, but pictures on our screen are of the senior leadership of the Shiv Sena and the BJP, both there. That is the Eknath Shinde faction, the chief minister and the deputy chief minister, both currently there. Alicia, can you hear us? Alicia, I was asking you that we are being told that about 18 leaders will take oath, 9 from the Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde faction and 9 from the BJP. We are, of course, getting those pictures from the Raj Bhavan right now in Mumbai.
Well, yes, Nupur, it's very important that any time from now that the oath ceremony is really going to start. We are right outside the Raj Bhavan and we can see the heavy police deployment that is being stationed here. And importantly, we just saw that a minute from now where Chief Minister Eknath Shinde who arrived and he's been interacting with all those MLAs who are going to take an oath. Importantly, if I again take if I can talk about all the MLAs, and the first name that was given on our channel, that is on Republic TV to our viewers, I'll just read out one of the other names that is going to all the MLAs going to take an oath as a minister, which include the BJP leaders, that is Girish Mahajan, Chandrakant Patil, Radhakrishnan Vikhe Patil, Sudhir Mungatiwar, Vijay Kumar Govt, Suresh Khade, Atul Save, Mangal Prabhat Lodha, Ravindra Chauhan. While talking about Shinde camp, and now it is confirmed that rather than Sanjay Shirsat, it will be Abdul Sattar who is going to take oath as a minister. Moreover, it will be Uday Samant, Sandipan Bumre, Gulabrao Patil, Dada Bhuse, Sambhu Raju Desai, Sanjay Rathore and Deepak Kesarkar and Tanaji Sawant. So yes, it's a 9 from BJP and 9 from Shinde camp, and of course it's a very big day for Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis as well, because it's been 14 days and finally a long-awaited cabinet expansion that has been happening today in Raj Bhavan, where the governor will also be present. And importantly, there are 18 ministers, 9 from Bharatiya Janata Party and 9 from Eknath Shinde, that is the Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde camp. And of course, it's a long decision that has been taken, because if you remember, Nupur, we even saw that Eknath Shinde has been visiting Delhi, meeting Delhi BJP high leadership. They have been discussing about it. And of course, what we have been told that portfolios has also been decided, but it has not been revealed yet. An official portfolio that will be released by the CM office as well. Whether the fact all the MLAs who are going to take oath as a minister is some of the responsibility will be given to them, because it's very important even for tomorrow, where the assembly, the monsoon assembly is going to start tomorrow. Yesterday we saw that Maharashtra Assembly Secretariat, who has given a direction to all the offices, clearly mentioning that there will be no of leaves that will be granted to them. All the leaves has been cancelled. So tomorrow where the assembly, monsoon assembly that is going to start, so we can see the 18 faces, the new faces that all the MLAs who are going to take an oath as a minister is going to attend that assembly. So of course it's a very big day, as we can see today for Eknath Shinde, and we actually saw the smile on the face of Chief Minister, because this is what he was expecting. Even talking to Republic, many of the times he has mentioned that there will be a cabinet expansion soon, and finally it's happening. While after a series of meetings that happened even with Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, because even yesterday Devendra Fadnavis has went to his residence. Devendra Fadnavis visited Eknath Shinde residence, and there was something around 19 to 20 minutes a meeting that happened at his residence in Malabar Hill. We are just continuing showing you the pictures. There are still people related to whether the family of the MLAs who are going to take oath as a minister, they have been coming here at this point of time. We can see there are still officials and some of the MLAs or the leaders, they are still coming in the Raj Bhavan to witness this long-awaited oath ceremony that was expected to happen many time ago. There were many dates, even if you remember, there were many dates even also given, but there were no cabinet expansion that ever happened. But that finally they made it official right after the assembly that was announced by Maharashtra Assembly Secretariat that from 10th of August till 18th of August there will be a monsoon session that is going to commence in Vidhan Bhavan. But before that, it's very important that there should be a ministers who will take hold of each of the portfolios, each of the department, who is going to take office today, because right after this, right after taking oath as a minister, where they will be going to their offices, they will take charge as the portfolio that will be given to them. Because what we have been said by our sources that this 18 MLA who are going to take oath as a minister is something, their portfolios has also been decided. Of course, we even saw that Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, before coming to Raj Bhavan, he also held a meeting in a Sahyadri guest house where all the 50 MLAs were present. We'll continue just show you the visuals here. There are still leaders who have been entering, they're still entering the Raj Bhavan to witness the expansion, the cabinet expansion, which is going to happen any time from now. So it's very important we are seeing, and of course I was talking about the meeting that happened in Sahyadri guest house where Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis,
right,
who were present in the same meeting just to inform what exactly is happening. And of course the portfolios has already been decided, is what we have been told. So
all right,
now as the Chief Minister has already reached to the Raj Bhavan, so anytime from now the oath ceremony is going to begin. Yes.
Right, Alicia, do stay with us. I think Shavan Sen is also joining us from our Delhi studio. Shavan, good morning. Shavan, pictures on our screen, of course, are of this oath-taking ceremony that's taking place. It's been nearly 5 weeks after this cabinet is now taking shape. But what are you hearing in terms of the cabinet berths that are likely to be allotted?
Well, in fact, Nupur, let me begin by the BJP side. The names that we are given to understand that's going to perhaps make the cut right now. It begins with Chandrakant Patil. Then you also have Sudhir Mungantiwar, Girish Mahajan, Suresh Kade, Radhakrishna Vikhe Patil, Ravindra Chavan, Mangal Prabhat Loda, Vijay Kumar Govt and Atul Sav. Now these are the names that we are given to understand which is likely to be included from the BJP side. Now, interesting names, some was expected, Chandrakant Patil, Sudhir Mungantiwar, Girish Mahajan, they are veterans of the party, expected to be rewarded. Girish Mahajan, remember, someone who's considered to be a confidant of Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. He's also been, a minister in the previous government, I mean to say, when Devendra Fadnavis was the chief minister. And if you take a look at Chandrakant Patil, he's after all the state unit chief of the BJP. He's a legislator from Kothurud, and he's also served earlier as the revenue minister. Sudhir Mungantiwar, considered to be someone who's with a fine balance. He's actually held some of the most important portfolios in the Devendra Fadnavis government previously. He's looked after portfolios like finance. But the bigger question right now, Nupur, is one, this comes after almost 40 days. Second, there have been series of meetings that have taken place with the Deputy Chief Minister as well as the Chief Minister flying off to Delhi multiple times to finalize that particular list. Perhaps I can also get a word from Alisha, because what I'm given to understand, there seems to be some murmur regarding Abdul Sattar. Now, Abdul Sattar, he has been a minister in the previous government too. Was at some point in time considered to be very close to the Thakres, but finally jumping the ship. It turns out that there seems to be some disappointment when it comes to Abdul Sattar. I'm not very sure what's exactly brewing. If we can bring in Alisha perhaps to just weigh on as to what's really happening, because from the Shiva Sena camp, the names that are basically that's doing at this point in time includes Dada Bhuse, Sandeepan Bhumre, Uday Samant, Tanaji Sawant, Abdul Sattar, Deepak Kesarkar, Gulab Rao Patil, Sanjay Raut. Now, Sanjay Rathore is a very interesting name because, the BJP had essentially demanded his resignation, Sanjay Rathore's resignation, and Sambhuji Desai. These are the names that is coming in from the Shinde faction. Let's also quickly take stock of the images that are coming in right now from Raj Bhavan. These are the latest images with Chief Minister escorting the governor right now inside the Raj Bhavan. On your screens right now, the latest images that's coming in from Raj Bhavan. As we switch over to the proceedings inside the Raj Bhavan, let me just quickly get a word from Alisha. Alisha, two names. One is Abdul Sattar and the other that happens to be Sanjay Rathore. Nupur, these are the two names. I would say it's quite interesting. Perhaps you can also bring in Sandeep, who's outside Sayadri right now. Let's just cut across to what's happening right now inside the Raj Bhavan before we also get in our reporters on the ground. These are the latest images that are now coming in from the Raj Bhavan, where all the ministers, about 18 we are now being told, would be sworn in. 18 MLAs, that would be 9 each from the BJP and the Shiva Sena faction that's led by Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. They would be sworn in as ministers at this grand ceremony in Mumbai right now. The proceedings have already begun right now inside the Raj Bhavan. Now, this is the much awaited cabinet expansion that's essentially taking place 40 days after the rebellion by Sena faction led by Eknath Shinde brought.
मी राधाकृष्ण एकनाथराव विखे पाटील ईश्वर साक्ष शपथ घेतो की कायद्याद्वारे स्थापित झाले आहे अशा भारतीय संविधानाबद्दल मी खरी श्रद्धा व निष्ठा बाळगीन. मी भारताची सार्वभौमता व एकात्मता उन्नत राखीन. मी महाराष्ट्र राज्याचा मंत्री म्हणून माझी कामे निष्ठापूर्वक व शुद्ध बुद्धीने पार पाडीन आणि संविधान व कायदा यानुसार सर्व तऱ्हेच्या लोकांना मी निर्भयपणे व निष्ठुरपणे तसेच कोणाच्याही विषयी ममत्वभाव किंवा आकस न बाळगता न्याय वागणूक देईन. मी राधाकृष्ण एकनाथराव विखे पाटील ईश्वर साक्ष शपथ घेतो की महाराष्ट्र राज्याचा मंत्री म्हणून माझ्या विचारार्थ आणली जाईल किंवा मला ज्ञात होईल अशी कोणतीही बाब असा मंत्री म्हणून माझी कामे यथायोग्य पार पाडण्यासाठी आवश्यक असेल तर ते खेरीज करून एरवी मी कोणत्याही व्यक्तीला किंवा व्यक्तींना प्रत्यक्षपणे व अप्रत्यक्षपणे कळवणार नाही किंवा त्यांच्याकडे उघड करणार नाही.
मैं पहले कर दूं उनको भी तो ला यानंतर श्री सुधीर मुनगंटीवार.
अभिनंदन, कंग्रेचुलेशन. मुझे आपका फोटो लेंगे थोड़ा जरा आराम से. चलो, अरे बुके नहीं, चलिए बैठिए.
अभिनंदन सर.
अच्छा,
मी सुधीर सच्चिदानंद मुनगंटीवार ईश्वर साक्ष शपथ घेतो की कायद्याद्वारे स्थापित झाले आहे अशा भारतीय संविधानाबद्दल मी खरी श्रद्धा व निष्ठा बाळगीन. मी भारताची सार्वभौमता व एकात्मता उन्नत राखीन. मी महाराष्ट्र राज्याचा मंत्री म्हणून माझी कामे निष्ठापूर्वक व शुद्ध बुद्धीने पार पाडीन आणि संविधान व कायदा यानुसार सर्व तऱ्हेच्या लोकांना मी निर्भयपणे व निस्पृहपणे तसेच कोणाच्याही विषयी ममत्वभाव किंवा आकस न बाळगता न्याय्य वागणूक देईन. मी सुधीर सच्चिदानंद मुनगंटीवार ईश्वर साक्ष शपथ घेतो की महाराष्ट्र राज्याचा मंत्री म्हणून माझ्या विचारार्थ आणली जाईल किंवा मला ज्ञात होईल अशी कोणतीही बाब असा मंत्री म्हणून माझी कामे यथायोग्य पार पाडण्यासाठी आवश्यक असेल ते खेरीज करून एरवी मी कोणत्याही व्यक्तीला किंवा व्यक्तींना प्रत्यक्षपणे वा अप्रत्यक्षपणे कळवणार नाही किंवा त्यांच्याकडे उघड करणार नाही.
पहले इसके दस्तखत होने चाहिए. पहले मैं ही कर देता हूँ, क्या करेगा. ठीक करो.